Q. This guy was in the hunter exams too, right? This guy, got to, the exam site before, going in Kilua, or going Kilua and Karapika. Well, Karapika, Leorio and going Freaksis, and he was like, okay, I'll go this way and that way, but he still, made it to the exam site. And later on, he was on the island, right? And he was fighting against Poco. Poco was in the woods, he was in the high grass, stalking him. He knew that he had to be on his shit, but he, yeah, he was like, okay, there's probably some animals out here, I'm looking for people, but people are looking for me, so they can catch my tag. He had a sword on him, he was a more close range fighter. So Q, right, and Poco were in the same area. Poco was in the grass, and he was like, okay, I'll shoot this arrow at him, when he's like, down. He sensed the arrow coming, and he was able to dodge the arrow, but it still grazed him a little bit. So then he got poisoned. Or not poisoned, tranquilizer dart. So he passed the fuck out. He got dropped. And Poco was like, I'll take your, badge, and, he went on his way. This guy didn't, he didn't get past the 4th phase of the hunter exams. And then he was never seen again. I don't think he ever took the hunter exams again. Poco kind of, broke his spirit. He was the weaker ones in, hunter exam. So Q, his strength is 81%, 84 for his speed, 83 for his durability, and 81 for his experience. Or not experience, but his endurance. 82 for his intelligence, and 85 for his experience. 81 for his close skills, and 80 for his range skills. 80 for his recoup, and 81 for his hacks. So overall power score is 81.8. Oh. He got all the way there, right? And he couldn't do shit. This guy, got to the island. He was supposed to catch, a certain badge and then another 3 badges too. So then he could move on to the next phase, the final phase. But he just didn't have the staying power to get there. These other people were true hunters then. That's what that tells me. He just wasn't cut out to be one. But be cool, calling on the corner.